And this one here is that little swing, which is perfect name for the swing here because it is dealing with golf. Hello everybody, jimmyispromo here, back again with another awesome video. And in today's video, I'm going to show you some important settings as well as important features of the super slow-mo camera on the Galaxy S9 and the S9 Plus that you might not have known. Now, first off, the difference between the old slow motion and then the new super slow-mo is that the old slow motion goes at 240 frames per second, which is 1/8 the speed. But the new super slow-mo is able to go at 960 frames per second, which is 1/32 the speed, which again, this one right over here for the new super slow-mo is 4 times slower than regular slow motion. So the most important thing to know is that this one is able to go at 4 times slower than regular slow-mo of any other Samsung phone or iPhone or LG or anything else. And I also do want to let you know that if you do want to have that old version of the regular slow motion camera, you are able to get it back in the Galaxy S9 and the S9 Plus. All you have to do is on the very top where all these different shooting modes are at, if you press and hold on one of those shooting modes and you scroll all the way down, you're going to see a couple different options of some ones that you're able to turn on and activate. Slow motion is going to be one of those, and let's say that we just want to move it right up over here right next to where super slow-mo is at. Now when you hit on your back button, when you go on your very top and you wanted to check out slow motion, you're able to do that and use it. Now here's a couple of the differences here. So with regular slow motion, that was in the Galaxy S8, S8 Plus, Note 8, everything else even before that as well. When you record something and then you hit on done, when you go back over into that video and you watch it back, those little 3 little rings that you saw there was showing that it is slow motion. This is going to be your video. You can tap on that little video line and you can even split this. Now if you wanted to split this, you can either make particular areas, faster or slower. So right now it's going to be regular speed, slow, and then it finishes off with regular speed at the very end. But let's say that you wanted to touch on one of these, you can make this one actually go at half the speed or 1/4 the speed. Here's 1/8. So let's say we do 1/4 right there, and then this one right over here is going to be 1/8. Now if you did split them, you do have an option to delete one of them as well. And just like the regular super slow-mo in ours that we have right now, you can also move this little line on the time frame, so you are able to make it a little bit shorter if you want to. So now moving over into the super slow-mo, which is where everything is at these days, is just super amazing. 1/32 the speed. Had this thing being 4 times slower than regular slow-mo is just super fun. But here's the 2 different settings that you definitely want to change when you're using this. Now on the very bottom over here, you have an option for manual or auto. Now some people might think auto is going to be easy. It really is not. You have to have your object move into the frame right here where that little square is in order for it to start doing the recording. Now if you're already trying to record something that's already in the middle of your screen, if there really is not a lot of movement happening, it's not going to pick it up when you want it to. And you're not able to really choose, hey, record this right now. But if you have it on manual, you're able to tap the record button at any given point in time. Now here's the other important thing. If you hit on that settings icon, this is where you have the option right here for super slow-mo. Now do you want it to do a multi-take or single take? Multi-take is where you want it to be. Originally, I believe it started as single take, but let's say that you missed it the first time and you were trying to get it the second. Now you're able to get it on that multi-take. Now, the great thing with multi-take is that you're able to do up to 20 different slow-mos in one video. And then you can also just check out all the rest of these, settings if you want to. But really, those are the 2 most important things: is making sure your super slow-mo is put up on multi-take, and your option down here is set up as manual. So now let's go over and we're going to be doing a little fast thing here of super slow-moing this thing up. Now, when you click on that record button, this button right there is how you're able to set up a little slow-mo for that second. Now what's happening here is that for 0.6 seconds, it's going to extend it almost into 6 seconds is kind of what it does. Or maybe it's 0.6 seconds turning it into 4 seconds, and that's making it super slow-mo. Now you're able to hit on that little done button. Let's move over into what we just got done recording. Now, if you click on this little button right there, this is where you can either turn on or turn off all those different areas of the slow motion. You're also able to do this little cut icon, and if you want it to be a little bit shorter, you are able to. So let's say that you don't want this first one because it wasn't as great. Now you're just going to kind of cut it out a little bit so that you can bring this right over here, and maybe you don't want it to be as long. Now you just shortened up your little film. You still have 2 of these different slow-mos happening, and now you can also change your background music. So either you can have it as mute, you can also put a theme song there, or you can choose a song from my music. Now, if you have added personal MP3s or audio files or anything like that, this is where this is really definitely going to come into play, that you can place whatever song you want to happen. So now that you've cut it, you made it look exactly how you want it to, now you're going to go over and you hit on save. So now what you will see is you'll have two different options here. This is the video that we just got done recording for Super Slo-Mo. It has those 3 little rings or 4 little rings. That's letting you know that this is where you can edit what you just have done. Now if you go to this one right over here, that is 26 seconds, that has that play button, that is what you just exported from when you hit on save. Now the one thing I do want to show you is that when you have any of these things that is shot. So let's say that we click on this video and we have not hit on that play button just yet. This is one of those nice hidden features that not a lot of people know about. But here is that Coke that's going up. We put the little Mentos inside of there. If you swipe up at any point within that little video that is giving you a preview in your gallery, this is where you can do different things. So this right here is going to loop the video. When you click on the next icon, this is going to reverse it. And then when you go over to the next option, this is going to do a little swing or boomerang, and then it's going to finish out the video. So now this is going to be really fun when you have some of those really awesome videos. So here's one of golf. This is my buddy Jeremy. So we're going to go inside of here, and this is how, if you wanted to, you'd be able to change the music. You can cut this down. And if you watched on my lock screen, this is actually what is saved. What I did was I pretty much toned this all the way down to right where he was hitting the golf ball. I didn't want it to be as long. And basically I changed the background music if I wanted to, and then I hit on save. Now here is that other thing I wanted to show you as well. When you swipe up on this video again, this is where you have again that option for loop. So if you want it to kind of loop and keep playing pretty much like a GIF, then this is what's going to happen. Now if you hit on this next button, now that golf ball is actually coming right back in, and so is this swing. So when you reverse things, it's super fun, especially if you threw a balloon, a water balloon at someone's face. And this one here is that little swing, which is perfect name for the swing here because it is dealing with golf. And then you're able to basically watch what is happening, which a lot of times when you have somebody record your golf swing at 960 frames per second, you're usually paying a lot of money to get that done just to see if your swing is even good. And again, you're able to save this one as its own option as well too. So now it's its own entity of a little swing at the beginning, it's its own little video, and now it's stored inside of your phone. So that's pretty much all the important settings as well as features, is making sure that you have this thing as manual. You also have it as multi-take. You also have the option of downloading the old version of slow motion, how you're able to set up slow motion with clicking the timeline, setting it up into 2 different areas, changing the speeds and everything else. Now the only reason why you're not able to change the speed or locations with this one is because it's working with the DRAM inside the phone. 960 frames per second is so many frames that's happening in 1 second that the computing process and power is just not able for you to move it to a different location. It's memorizing and storing everything that it's noticing at that moment to make it where you're able to do loop and swing and everything else. That is why you don't have that opportunity of doing that. But maybe, hey, with a different phone in the future, maybe Samsung is able to fix that and allow you to edit it similar to the old style of slow motion. Then you also have the options of swiping up. You're able to change all the different loops and everything else. So I hope that you guys have appreciated this video. Make sure you guys give this thing a huge thumbs up. Also, don't forget to hit on subscribe. You can do that below the video. You can also hit on subscribe right over here by clicking that little red circle. Share this video with your friends and family and social media sites. And outside of that, I'll see you guys later.